Jay Sri Radheshyam. Welcome to Sarvashakti. Today we start the reading of The Life of Love, the biography of Sri Radharaman Charan Das Dev, the veritable embodiment of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's universal religion of love, by Dr. o.b.l. Kapoor. This book is absolutely, I must say, mind-blowing. To know by fact how a Vaishnav can act, react, actions, how to behave, how to be, how to incarnate the Sixastakam of Sri Gauranga, how to live the Chaitanya Charitamrita, how to live the instruction of Sriman Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya. Sri Radharaman Charan Das Dev is not another Vaishnav or Guru of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, but he is in a very, very high position. About that we will speak in a different video. The Life of Love by Dr. Kapoor is this version, the English version, the last and complete version. Is a 770 pages book that is based on the original Charit Sudha. The Charit Sudha that you are seeing here is the Hindi version, Charit Sudha, the biography of Sri Radharaman Charan Das Dev, a biography that is wonderful and has, of course, much more information than the English version, but is the compilation of the original version, that is the Bengali version of Charit Sudha. The Bengali version is even bigger, over 700-800 pages, and the original version in Bengali, read and authorized by Ram Das Babai Maharaj Namacharya, direct disciple of Sri Radharaman Charan Das Deva, and was also checked and authorized by Sri Pujama Lalita Saki, also direct disciple of Sri Badebaba. The Charit Sudha, the original Charit Sudha, was translated first in English, and the English version of Charit Sudha, the first edition, was made and published in 1926, and that English version is in my hands. I have this first edition of Charit Sudha. You can see how this book is. This is for collection, The Life of Love. This is the original by Chatterjee. In the reading about Charit Sudha, The Life of Love, the biography of Sri Radharaman Charan Das Dev, one of the biggest Vaishnav post-Chaitanya Mahaprabhu era, is explaining about these versions that I am telling you already. The Hindi version was translated by Dr. Kapoor, the same writer of this, but also with the help and support of Braj Gopal Agarwal, the one that you saw here on the channel, the interviews about Mahamantra and Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, mind-blowing interviews that I recommend to all of you to watch, to check, and to meditate on the words and the studies of the old school Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Okay, here we go. Before starting, I want to ask you, look, this beautiful picture portrait of Sri Radharaman Charan Das Dev. I want to ask you kindly to subscribe to this channel if you want to hear all the information that we are bringing here in the channel. Is really one of the best contemporary English channels about traditional Gaudiya Vaishnavism, traditional as it was done by the Goswamis, by Sri Gauranga and the associates. This is actually the school that Sri Radharaman is teaching. Anyways, let's go. Preface. The Life of Love is the biography of Srimad Radharaman Charan Das Dev, popularly known as Bharha, which means Baba the Great. He was so called because he was truly great. Great in heart, great in love, great in power to do things which our men of reason and science will not believe even if they see. He was a living embodiment of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's universal religion of love. He was like a stream of love, running its course and sweeping along with its very soul that came in its way toward the boundless of bottomless ocean of love and peace and transcendental bliss. He carried Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message of love from place to place, door to door, and person to person, singing and dancing, laughing, and weeping in rapturous ecstasies like Mahaprabhu himself. A veritable dynamo of divine love, he lovingly embraced whomsoever he met, and by his mere touch transmit a wave of love into his heart. Only to see him was to love him, to hear him sing was to be bathed, to talk to him was to be captivated, and to be embraced by him was to be sold out to him forever and ever. And this is really the experience of all of you and all the ones who get in contact with Bhare Baba by his kripa is absolutely incredible. He was a flower that stemmed from the earth, but was alien to all what was earthly. He was an angel that came from above, down to earth, and alleviate our sufferings, and to deliver us from bondage. He told us how all our sufferings could be easily removed, and we could attain the highest goal of life, the attainment of the lotus feet of Lord, and His loving service, only through Sankirtan, or the congregational chanting of his name, Harinam. Since we, the Jivas of Kali, will not easily believe him, he mercifully took it upon himself to demonstrate to us the inconceivable power of the divine name by curing diseases, melting stones, making the trees dance, and the animals behave like devout Vaishnavas, and even by bringing the dead back to life through the chanting of the name. These Leelas, my friend, are only observed on the history of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Sri Radharaman Charan Das Dev repeats exactly the same. He taught both by example and by precept the religion of pure bhakti, distinguishing it from the so-called bhakti of the pseudo-sects that had sprung like mushroom in the post-Chaitanya era. Even now, there is no dearth of pseudo-sects, imitation gurus, and quacking religion. There are the people who debase religion, but unfortunately, this is what most people want, and so feel attracted towards them. The few who want the truth get the truth. In our Lord's merciful dispensation, there is no disappointment for them. There is for them the external exhortation of Christ. Ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock at the door, and the door will open. Sri Radharaman Charan Das Deva stand out prominently before us as the very embodiment of truth. In a time like ours, when millions of young people are turning towards the mysterious East, eagerly searching for answers to their never-ending questions, the appeal of this biography, in which he seems to anticipate the unanswer all the questions, is bound to be great, especially because throughout these chapters he talks to them beyond the difference of centuries and continent, races and nationalities, isms, creeds, and sects. The biography of Sri Radharaman Charan Das Deva was first published in 1919 in 6 volumes in Bengali under the title of Charit Sudha. It was anonymously written by a Siddha Mahatma and a close disciple of Sri Radharaman Charan Das Deva. His biography in English was published in 1926 under the title The Life of Love, and is exactly the book that we have here. It was written by Sri Narendra Nath Chatterjee, also a disciple of Sri Radharaman Charan Das Deva. It was perhaps intended to be the English version of Charit Sudha, but for some reason it could not be complete and remained more or less an English adaptation of only the first volume of Charit Sudha. I was asked to write the complete biography, drawing as much as possible from all the 6 volumes of Charit Sudha, and including what Sri Narendra Nath Chatterjee had already written in the shape of the first few chapters of the new work. I have done the same. I have retained the title of the old work because no other title would have been so appropriate, and I have included substantial part of the old work, not only because it is beautifully written, but also because, as the work of a worthy disciple and close associate of Sri Radharaman Charan Das Dev, it has a sanctity and importance of its own. I have, however, been compelled by the exigency of space and the requirements of uniformity to drop some parts of it and include others after making minor change here and there. I am conscious of my various limitations, in spite of which I have undertaken this task, and the mistakes I might have committed. I can only beg my kind readers to view them with indulgence. It's my pleasure to thank my friend Sri Swami B.R. Sadhu Maharaj for taking all the pains in typing and composing the work on the computer, for preparing the glossary, and for giving valuable suggestions from the standpoint of Western readers. My gratitude is especially due to Sri Badri Narayan Bhagavad Bhushan Prabhu, the founder Acharya of Sri Chaitanya Bhakti Rakshak Mandap, for spontaneously and lovingly undertaking the publication of the work and publishing it speedily and beautifully. O.b.l. Kapoor. This is the preface to the book, and here is one beautiful picture of Sri Radharaman Charan. Very good. We will continue with the life of love in the next episode. If you like this reading and this information, then you will give like, subscribe to the channel, and share on your social media, and help me to show this beautiful Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. Thanks for watching. See you in the next. Jai Radharaman Mahavira, the big hero. Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Ki Jai. Jai Jai Sri Radheshyam.